I'm Matt Cassian from Sherwood Park, Alberta. I play forward for the Houston Aeros in the American Hockey League. I've been a pro athlete for 3 years, junior athlete a couple years before that, maybe 4, maybe 5. I kind of lost count by now. I started going to chapel maybe my second year as a junior. Really started to go. I was raised in the church, and so it just kind of happened. Someone asked me if I wanted to go, and I said yes and started getting involved. It was a place for me to go outside of the church where I really could feel comfortable asking questions when I didn't know something, and was also just a comfortable place to be where I felt I could grow and learn from the chaplain, and also get to know my teammates a little bit more too. And you really be surprised how much you can learn from your teammates about them and about yourself in chapel. And that's really where I started going, and absolutely loved it, and haven't looked back. I've just been going ever since. Chapel is great for life application for me and for everyone else. Something I always tell guys is it's a way not just to learn about the Bible and to learn about Christ, but also to grow as a man and as a person. For so many of us, when you leave home, you call your parents, but you don't really have anyone there to talk to about being a man or being a good person and improving yourself and your life. Anything from being a better husband or boyfriend or fiance to being a better father in some guys' cases for the players who have kids, to just how to manage your money smarter, to how to deal with frustration, with death, with pain, with success, with all the struggles and trials that life brings, and all the joys that life brings too. It's everything. It's really applicable to your life, and typically, that's what it is every day you go, is something to try and improve your life and to help you be a better person as well as be a better athlete. A lot of the times, what you learn in chapel is also applicable out on the ice. You learn about overcoming things and sticking with things and not quitting. Just as in the middle of a hockey game, you at times when you're facing a loss, or if you're down a couple goals or whatever it is, it's the same thing. You can't just quit. You got to keep going, and you learn you just learn a ton if you're open to it, and you're only going to learn as much as you're willing to learn when you go in. But it's just really life applicable, and you can learn a bunch by going. A chapel in the past that really stands out in my mind was my first pro year. I was up and down from the East Coast and the AHL a lot, which was really a struggle mentally, emotionally, and physically too. I think I was up and down 5 times in 1 week. And we had a chapel that was about perseverance. I was lucky enough to be in Houston in the AHL at the time. Talk about being in the right place at the right time, was to get to a chapel that was on perseverance when I was really having a hard time persevering. It just really built me up, really built me up, and gave me enough a momentum and a sense of purpose enough to just really make a push and to keep pushing towards being the best I could be, no matter what my situation was, and letting the Lord take control of my life like I should be letting Him, instead of just worrying about everything all the time. HMI is great because they're all over North America. They're in pro hockey and junior hockey. They're pretty much everywhere. And it's fantastic for going from one team to another team, called up from one team to another team, or if you're traded or wherever you go. They're typically, HMI is going to be involved or try to be involved where they can be. And that's just really good because you know that everywhere you go is going to be along the same lines. You're going to have a chaplain wherever you are, someone to talk to, especially if you're going to a new environment, maybe a way to get to know some of your teammates better. It's just a really good situation. Being a player and being able to go somewhere where you're going to feel comfortable and be able to learn something. If I had one thing I could say to other athletes or to friends or to anyone really, it would be that hockey is a great game, but it's a terrible god, and it's okay to be a hockey player and to come to chapel and to be a Christian. HMI and chapel have influenced my life in such a positive way that I really don't know where I would be as a person and as an athlete without them. So I would really encourage you to grab a buddy, grab a teammate. If you don't have a buddy or a teammate, find one. Come on out to chapel. Get involved with HMI somehow. Get involved in chapel. You really find your life just uplifted in so many ways. So grab a buddy, come to chapel, enjoy HMI, and love Jesus.